This is your Frontier opening bell. Welcome everyone to today's show. I am Bosun Omofaye, and this is your third trading day of the week. A very mixed trading Tuesday for markets across Africa. Let's start from Nairobi, where the index fell very sharply, 1.06%. Volume was up about 2.79 million ordinary shares, but we saw the shares of big banks such as ABSA, KCB down on the day. Then you look at the market in Nigeria with 0.05% gain. The big names still came through yesterday in terms of volume. The banking sector went down by 1.5. Insurance sector came up by 1.1%. Industrial goods was flattish. Consumer goods also in the green, the biggest jump of the day, while oil and gas was also very strong. So quite a very interesting day in Lagos, still trading those earnings. Some of this still coming through, by the way. Then you got a BRVM down by 0.66%. The Egyptian market jumped 1.27%, a very big trading Tuesday. Then, of course, you got the GSE down up by 74 basis points. The South African market was pulled up yesterday by big names in the telco, MTN, the Vodacom, and Telcom. You got a few other strong gainers on the day, by the way. But let's just put the market aside. Let's talk very quickly about the news. The Kenya's Nairobi Securities Exchange is holding its quarterly barometer conference for capital markets for the first quarter. That is bringing everyone around the table to discuss the state of the market and what needs to be done to make it more efficient, more productive and profitable for everyone. The International Monetary Fund is giving the President Kenyatta's administration in Nairobi a fresh 28 billion shillings. That comes after the staff monitoring report of the IMF was concluded and a visit was all done. Then that is now to disperse the funding facility. The BOC Gases of Kenya, the industrial gas company, says his net profit was 108.3 million shillings for full year 2021. In the meantime, Malawi and Mozambique have signed 2 trade agreements to boost cooperation between the two economies. And Uganda's economic activity for the month of February was sluggish, 0.05% to 1471.16 on the reading. Okay, West Africa is where we're in right now. EFDB's president, Dr. Akumi Adesina, was in Abuja, Nigeria's political capital, yesterday to meet with President Buhari. In attendance was the Foreign Affairs Minister of the country, the Minister of Finance, and other top government officials to discuss the global food crisis, the $1.5 billion that the AFDB has in place to support African economies to mitigate the impact of the looming food crisis on the back of the Ukraine war. That was what Adesina came to discuss yesterday. Central Bank of Nigeria has issued a full operational license for a super agent to Airtel Africa. Comes just about 2 weeks after a full mobile money payment service bank license was issued to Airtel Africa's main rival, and that's MTN Nigeria. And JITCO reported its first quarter as a holding company profit down to 43.2 billion local currencies. And Senegal is floating 300 billion CFA franc in sukuk within the country's market. And Ghana's president, Nana Akufo-Addo, has inaugurated a $35 million pharmaceutical manufacturing plant. Africa is moving strongly to start producing more vaccines, drugs, and other things, looking at the COVID-19 pandemic fallout. So we move on to Southern Africa, where the Joburg airport is suffering right now from jet fuel. A similar problem emerged in Nigeria just about a month or 2 ago. That's according to the oil industry body. Jet fuel is becoming a problem at the airport in Johannesburg, the country's financial capital. South Africa's transition to green energy would most likely cost the country about 1 trillion rand by the year 2030. And Econet has entered Africa's top 30 companies because its market capitalization is close to $1 billion, 913 $960 million, by the way, almost at the point of $1 billion. And Zimbabwe is targeting to grow its exports revenue to about $12 billion by the year 2023, while the stock exchange yesterday in Harare made a big jump, 11.94, roughly 12% in a single trading session on that particular exchange. The Zimbabwe Stock Exchange is beating every other exchanges on the continent by a fair margin. The second closest is the Nigerian Exchange Limited. Let's talk about that another day. Let's end up with North Africa, where the S&P has affirmed BB credit rating for Egypt and says the outlook of this North Africa's economic giant is stable. In the meantime, Egypt and Burundi are signing cooperation on the communications and IT sectors. Morocco is investing about 6 billion dirhams in health sector. Ghana is manufacturing, open up a manufacturing plant for pharmaceuticals. Everyone across the continent is looking at healthcare and pharmaceuticals. And Tunisia's Attijari Bank says its first quarter net banking income grew by 6% to about 137 million dirhams. And finally, Libya's oil ministry has confirmed that the country, North African country, will return to oil production this week. Let's see how that happens. It's Wednesday already, everyone. We've got about a few more days to the weekend to see whether Libya will be able to restart its oil production. Part of the considerations in terms of traders and analysts' concerns about the price of oil. If Libya could bring those hundreds of thousands of barrels back to the market, that will be good news. But how will that impact oil prices? Let's leave that and talk about that when it happens. That's your trading day this Wednesday, the 27th of April. I am Bosin Namafai. Have a great day. Everyone, go online and watch the show again and watch other shows we have as well as our YouTube. On our YouTube, Front Africa Reports. Go on our web, www.frontafrica Reports. On our social media as well, you can catch all our stories and chat, be part of it. Follow us and subscribe on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and on Facebook. I'll see you next time.